Hi everyone, and thank you for passing through. Today I have a very influential musician, young music scholar, Adam Simpson, who is expanding.
I don't like the word scholar, it makes me sound like such a nerd.
So on Bruce Lee's The Art of Expressing the Human Body, not in terms of martial arts, but in dancing. That sounds like very exciting stuff, Adam.
Yeah, I just really enjoy expressing myself in a different art.
Now in Adam's community, in the Melbourne community that Adam belongs to, there's been a series of strange and bizarre behaviour that's been happening. Can you tell us more about this?
Absolutely. It's been quite bizarre, and there's these special connections that have been developed. For example, like we have creations of Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups with conversations that have gone for longer than a year. We've had all these social gatherings such as coffee gatherings, lunches, dinner parties and Christmas parties, and we even had a failed attempt of trying to start a cruise ship night, the Zumba cruise ship night it was called. And it's been absolutely crazy, and it's actually got to a point where we had to stop some of it because people were spending too much money. And then we've got these other groups that are developed as well, such as they call it the Zumba family, or they also call it, or they say it as, they call it the Jamily, which is body jam with the people from Body Jam, and they call themselves Jamily. But yeah, so we've had these unusual names of groups developed, but people do not actually see what's really happened here. They don't know exactly what's going on here, and it's also even developed people or these followers gone to other classes such as body combat and Les Mills body step. It's been very overwhelming.
Okay, Adam, so how does something like that happen?
Bruce Lee says, express yourself honestly. I like to say, express yourself 110% honestly.
Okay, so for everyone at home, can you explain what that means?
Of course. So I'll start this by giving an analogy. Let's say you're talking to someone and you try to clear things up, and that's done by being honest with them. So that is one form of liberation. With this art form, if you express yourself honestly and do that capturing effect, that is another form of liberation. So and that's the very, very basis of it. Yeah.
So if someone wants to feel this kind of liberation, they would have to dance with you?
Yes. Be within the same room or be with the people who have felt that kind of, I guess, energy or that presence.
So you're expanding on Bruce Lee's The Art of Expressing the Human Body, not in terms of martial arts, but in dancing. Now, Bruce was a martial arts teacher. Are you a dancing teacher?
No, not.
So how does one expand on that?
Well, the question is, I ask, does the person really understand? Do you really understand what artistic expression is? Also, when I was studying piano into becoming a pianist, I recognized one core similarity, and that was naturalness, which is the natural expression from the person. I remember playing this Frederick Chopin etude, and it had all these octaves, and it was a very dramatic piece, and it's a dark piece, and I would go very dramatic, very full on, and it's very dramatic, like, it's crazy, but that's the natural expression that comes out of you, and that's what we want to bring out.
So Adam, for those of our viewers at home, can you explain how the art of expressing the human body works? Because I don't think a lot of people do.
Of course. So when Bruce Lee was teaching it, it was taught by two simple factors. That was natural instinct and control. But then when you're doing dancing, you're also adding on teaching yourself body coordination.
How does one start?
So basically, from 2012, I've been doing cumbia, salsa, reggaeton, merengue, body jam, and shabam. And it's a very simple process. So basically, you have the move, and then when you have the music, and you dance, when you express yourself honestly, then you go beyond the move. Bruce Lee did not believe in any styles, and I definitely do not believe in dancing styles such as merengue, salsa, or ballet.
So can you do a crazy breakdancing move? Can you do the moonwalk?
Let's just say I haven't tried it yet, but what I can say is when a person masters this art form, they acquire the ability to fit into any style.
Seriously. Now we're all curious. Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, well, I've got a very basic, simple example here. In this video, we just have a very simple toe raise move. And as the person is dancing and getting involved more with the music, you start to see the body get a bit more involved and starts to move a little bit beyond what is the set move. So as soon as you get involved and go beyond that set move, that is the very basis of how this all works.
You don't seem like a big supporter of styles, but if I had to ask you, if you had to pick one style, which one would you prefer?
I'll answer this by saying I like the music if it's really dramatic or it's very dramatic or intense, such as trance or techno.
So if an instructor or professional dancer was very curious, what would you show them?
Basically what we showed before in that short video. Also, this can absolutely help musicians as well if they wanted to try this art form, and they can also apply it to their music performances. And I just want to say one thing. I cannot stress the importance in song choice. It is so important to pick the right music. It is vital, because when people hear a song that they like, the naturalness and the honest self-expression comes out of the person.
Thanks, Adam. On that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. Now, Adam, I've been hearing this joke that's been going around, and it goes something like this: the Old Simpson.
It's so silly. It all started at the gym one day. I was working out with my friends, and one of my friends, just out of the blue, he says, "The Old Simpson." He just burst out laughing from dinner. And it just hadn't stopped. Yes, that's But anyway.
That's hilarious. So, Adam, do you like partner dancing?
I absolutely love partner dancing. However, in this topic, I definitely do not support it because it restricts the natural movement and the honest self-expression from the person.
So, what do you think of dances today, such as in pop music?
I don't watch or follow pop music, but maybe once in a blue moon. But what I can say is, what I do know is that there's so many cuts that the standard is not there, and you can't see all that capturing presence there.
How about professional dancers?
Without a shadow of a doubt, they are phenomenal performers. I love watching them. Fantastic work ethic without a doubt. However, let's just say I don't follow synchronized swimming. Because they're following a set move, and you cannot see the individuality or the organicism coming out from the performer. If I went to a concert and saw an orchestra play, and I see all the strings playing, the groups of all the groups of the string players play, and it's very evident that they're all very expressive with their moves, and if seeing that is very normal to me. So if I will find that, so when I see that in dancing, you can't see that same effect.
Could you help martial artists?
I believe I certainly can. However, at first I'll have to know just some very basic moves to start off with, and once that's done, once that's done with the artistic expression, I certainly believe I can definitely help with that. Absolutely, yes.
So with all this, do you have a plan?
Yes, but for now it's been a bit tricky because, of course, the coronavirus things have been held back. But things are certainly, are improving in Melbourne now. So go Melbourne. So that's a really good sign. And I couldn't be more happy with that. What I like to do, yes, is my dream would be to use this art in my band and have basically just for example, a film clip with all the dancers performing with this art. But at the moment it's a bit hard because the coronavirus, and I'm absolutely exhausted with the amount of labour I put into this. That maybe just a slight assistance might be beneficial, but that is the plan. And I actually got that idea from one of the Bruce Lee's shows, The Way of the Dragon. And what happened is, you see at the very end, he's fighting in the Colosseum, and when he starts to lose the fight from traditional martial arts, he then starts using Jeet Kune Do, and then he actually wins the fight.
So Adam, this all sounds really interesting. We can definitely hold a fundraiser and see what happens there.
Yeah, well, I'm not expecting anything right now, nothing.
Okay, so for the folks at home, if you're generally interested in helping Adam, please click on the following link below and go to www.australianculturefund.org.au. Adam, it's been a very pleasant conversation. I cannot wait to hear more about this.
Thank you very much, hon.
Just move, don't fall, let's all have a ball, laughing all night long, right along. Just move, don't think, let's all have a drink, feel the merry-go-round.
So I'm hoping to do something similar to that, but in a film clip with music.
Okay.